Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
Montgomery County Councilmember Laurie-Anne Sayles recently hosted a closing ceremony for her S.M.A.R.T Youth Advisory Council.
We are going to hear from 13 dynamic students this evening. They have been with us for the past 8 weeks, learning more about local government and understanding how our budget works and learning about some of the challenges that our county faces as well.
The Youth Advisory Council is a program formed by the Sayles office that aims to increase youth participation in local government.
Our $7.5 billion budget, half of that is spent on Montgomery County public schools. And because most of our students are unable to vote, and since we are all term limited, we are going to need a strong pipeline of future leaders to take on the responsibilities of managing this budget. So even though our students cannot vote, they still have a powerful opportunity to use their voices to influence the policy decisions that are made.
The first thing we want to touch on is the English versus math disparity. In MCPS, students take MAP-M and MAP-R multiple times a year.
State sources are more difficult to get, and local ones being easier to get, and federal ones offering more money. Next, we will make hospital renovations, so make any required updates and renovations to participating hospitals to accommodate for the influx of new staff and students by 2027.
Before talking about the specifics of our policy, let's talk about the stakeholders who will be affected. These stakeholders can be categorized into 3 main categories.
If they did see a relaxation in zoning regulations, they wouldn't mind because it would make building for them much easier.
The most important thing I've learned would be how much all of these issues specifically affect minorities. And that was such a big aspect of while we were thinking of our solutions. And obviously everyone tells you that minorities are struggling, we need to target those disadvantaged communities, we need to help them. But it didn't really actually hit me until you do your research and you realize that so many of the people that are in need and need help are our minorities.
Addressing the challenges of efficient and sustainable transportation in our schools is a critical step toward tackling climate change and building a cleaner, healthier future for our county. During my time with the Youth Advisory Council, I've met so many different people who've come and shared their experiences. I learned so many different things about how our government runs and even the federal government. I think that one thing I really learned now, after this Youth Advisory Council, I'm more interested and I'm intrigued by how our government runs.
These presentations are all going to be seriously considered. If any of these recommendations are seriously considered and introduced, we will be inviting students back to come and testify on the legislation. And if it passes, we'll also invite you to the bill signing as well. So please stay tuned.
Jordan Lindsay, reporting in Rockville.